What up, homies? It's your boy. Wow,
Your team is banning.
Yeah, I did. I said it.
Please ban a hero. Your team is picking.
We don't need that ban anymore.
Do you want to make friends with Nana?
The enemy is picking.
Oh, good. Our team. I was going to ban Nana in a heartbeat.
Sancho. Your team
I
is
thought it says supermodel. It says the exact opposite. It says surge mode. That is awesome. I just take a glance at stuff. I don't even bother reading anymore. I have no clue what stuff says, really, to be honest. It's the only reason fake news hasn't got to me, because I can't even
am the
read,
legend of Zlatan.
The enemy is picking.
I can read, but I'm reading my own language. Like I'm making it sound good. You know what I mean? Man, my wife's gonna be so happy when she comes into the kitchen and sees her new kitchen. But that's because I'm the boss.
I love the smell of gunpowder in the
Please
morning.
pick a hero.
It's not my wife doing that. The wind. If you catch a good current, it makes just an awful slam.
I am the moonlight
It's not as
that
bad
breaks
as
through
it
the
sounds, but it's not
darkness.
good. You don't want that happening every 2 seconds, that's for sure. Oh, but it is windy out there. Like a big time. So we're gonna fill this up with water.
The enemy is picking.
And I've made my decision. We are gonna carry fresh potable drinking water of, big amounts. I think it's 60 gallons. I think those are 10-gallon jugs, so 6 we have. So we're gonna probably looking at 70 gallons. Of Mother Nature. It'll go through and it'll clear itself. Yeah, it's such a nice cross breeze. It's actually pulling it up from the basement, so that's nice. You just need a slight center point blow and then pushing up the stairs, and you create a vacuum in the basement. Now the back bedroom needs its own DHU, or not at some points a DHU. Hi. I read your comment. You said hi. I was chatting. I was talking about stuff, and then I went to see my wife. No, there's 67 people here now, but you scared away. There was 700 people watching all at once. You scare them away with your name. Except you're the opposite. You're an old person using a young person's name. You prey on the young. They'll check your IP now. Yo, Como! Wait, how do I chat with Como? Man, I was about to mobility out, but I'll get this one. Get that. Get it. Man, you missed it. This guy. Whoa, this is weird. Estes? How do I yell at Estes? Maya sucks too. Nana's awesome. I'm not going down there. Fuck Estes. Garbage. It's one of my favorite players. But if that guy gets any more of a goof. He'd be King Goof. And King Goof still sits with Trudy. Trudy's the king of all goofs. Carney is second, and then this dude is third. Hey, hey, hey. That's how we do it. She's awesome. She's ranked so high. It's crazy. Super crazy. Wait till you see her rank. And she's in the tournament. She's deep in the tournament too. Like she's going for a. I think she's. I have to check actually. Yeah, actually, I think I might play against her in the finals or something. Or like we could. Yeah, she's definitely. I don't know. I think she's. I don't know if she's in her own squad. Let's see if she's in a squad. Are you in a squad? I can't ask right now. These guys are kind of sucking. I have only gone down once, but I've done a lot of damage and I'm defending my turret. Como, are you watching? Watch the live stream. She's like, "What live stream?" She probably has no idea. It's so hilarious, eh? Because we've been gaming together for like 6 months or more. I don't even know. I don't know how long. I don't keep track of. But I know she. I thought Como was a dude. I'm to explain. When I clicked, and one day someone was like, "Como, you're so hot." I clicked on the picture. I was like, "Oh my god, that's a hot chick," I said. I'm not making this up. Because in the small picture, like, and I don't look at stuff. I was just like, "Oh yeah, you want to game with me? All right, dude." And that's what I say. And Como, I don't know, I just thought Como was a dude. So funny. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to her about. If you're Como, are you watching this? Say hi in the chat. You're definitely not a dude. And I know that sounds weird and it's embarrassing, but because I never looked at the picture, I just want to game with people. That's all. But this is what I wanted to. But anyway, that's when I realized who this was. Like, what was going on. This was like a month ago. Some guy in the chat was like, "Oh my god, Como, you're amazing." I was like, "What are you going on about? That's a dude." And then I looked, I'm like, "Oh my god, that's not a dude." But I think I think there's 5 people in the game. Maybe I clicked on the wrong. I don't even think she doesn't even watch me. That's hilarious. What do you mean, Link? You're on like 1,500 lives. You're famous. Like, what the fuck? Oh no, did they take coins away from me for that too? That's why I can't. This game is very strict. If you think you can get carried in this game, you can't. Like your credit score, you won't even be able to play in the tournament. I gotta watch. I can earn 3 points today, 3 tomorrow, but I'm sure there's gonna be goof. I gotta pay attention. And I do have to train, but I play ranked for a reason. Like, oh come on, get this one. Get going, back up, Layla. Down in town now. Pull. Ha! Got you, B. What now? Estes, oh shit, Estes, you're doing something? Lindsay. Explains it. Explains it, Lindsay. This is a healer. You gotta, bunch up and use your ult now. Use your ult and heal us all at once. Oh, please, Lindsay. Watch the show. I'll teach you how to play the game. Lindsay's a dude, by the way. My name is, when I was growing up, there was a hot chick. I don't know how old, but older than me. She was hot. Her name was Sean. And I was like, how does she spell it? You know, maybe the name spelling's different. Just shut up, you know? Like, oh, you got a girl's name. And fucking one guy's name was Doug, right? I'm just making it because they did, and one guy's name was like Roy. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really going to be able to make fun of, like, their old names. So I was like, shut up, old man, you know? Greasy fuck, you know? I'd come up with my own line, my own straight line at you, eh? And fuck everything about the name itself. You want to talk weird? Fuck you. I got you. Fuck, I went to school on the bus in St. Norbert. I got you, bro. You ain't got nothing on me. I ran that shit too, fucking 5 years old. What? What'd you say? I'd run you down 3 rows. Some dudes would only do 2. So they knew. But me, I'd run you 3. I would jump right over. Doop, doop, doop. And you were like, what the fuck's coming at me right now? A spider monkey, dude. What are you gonna do? You pissed off a spider monkey. Rush it now. Push for a reason. Do it. Push now. Everything. All troops on. And that's why I'm the greatest. Number one in the world, baby. Let's go. We're gonna grab that shield though. I don't know why they don't recommend the shield for this guy being such a like. I mean, I don't really want to get too much into like. Is it that hard to realize? Maya should have it, but I don't want to dig. This thing listens. You know, if you think it listens, oh, I gotta give these guys thumbs up. They played sick game. Ah, too bad. You guys all played sick. If you keep watching, and much love and respect. Please don't ever use your strategic might for evil, you know? Please, please collect these moments and cherish them and then use them only for good. Robin Hood style, I beg of you. I'll teach you about cooperation. I'll teach you what cooperation is. It means not thinking you're the champ. It means what I did in order for us to win. I pushed so hard and they all ulted on me. It basically means they had to reload. Which means my 4 run in and ground and pound. They're all fresh, ready, ults on. Defense, support, ready. There's no question. I'll smoke you in battle. That's why I'm going to the World Finals in whenever, in June 6th or something. I'm already there. 5 weeks of straight gold collecting. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going to rank up. I think I'm going to have to rank up. I'm going to get one of them ultra butterfly purple dragon set of wings, you know? Fucking diamond tiara crown. I'll show you some of you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to rank up. I got to rank up like an extra level compared to where I am, you know? I'm like right on the edge of being, you know, noticed for in the world's greatest players and outside of it, because this way, well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of trolls. I don't want to get too much into it on this stream. I'm trying to do positive vibration, and trolls just bring you down. But the way to deal with the trolls in this game, it's very hard. It's very hard. This lady is not a troll. I'd say I trust very few people to game with on my list after you've watched the stream. Some people are trolls. You know, you just can't make this shit up. But they probably have like a Spanish stream or a fucking Colombian stream or an American stream, you know, and they like to dick with people. It's really weird. And then there's people who will leech. It's called a fucking leech. But I don't want to get too much into that because those people don't even exist anymore because of the way the system works now, you just get your shit deleted. If you leech too much off something else, it'll just ban you because you're not a content creator, you're a bitch. You'll see. I reformatted the system. I had to. I said what was happening and how it's against the law for them to allow it. Fuck, do you think it took me it took me about 4 years to have that changed. But check out YouTube's policies and guidelines now. You can't be a bitch on there anymore. But I'm not done. There's still this one area. I call it like the gray area, where it's more black and white. And it's legislation based off just one thing that hasn't changed, you know? And I believe it's there for separation. 100%. 100%. 100 degrees of separation implemented by whatever still exists. They want to divide. So they pump this rapper mentality of rap battle, or what do you call it? A diss track. This diss track shit has gone too far. It has nothing to do with what's going on now. It's more about the company is trying to smear or destroy, worse, delete someone's voice who they don't want heard. And you guys won't understand that because you're just Muppets and Minions, the ones that really, if you got a bunch of rap tracks all up in your everything, you're a Muppet. That stuff will melt your brain. That will melt your brain. Right now, why we're here, what is our purpose? To learn. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that it's not beautiful to fucking have knowledge and understanding, not to be like a know-it-all, but to teach in a polite way that makes the next person that you taught brighter, smarter, and better, healthier. The next time you see them, they're smarter than you. Fuck, you sit down and listen to them. Then you go off, you trip and stumble, and you only remember half. You only remember this one segment. It really stuck with you. Your had cancer. You really hated cancer. You went down, you're like, geez, what they said correlates with the 30 years I've been really doing this. I got to go this route. You don't see them for 6 months, 6 years, maybe never again, but you never forget that person. And you carry with them knowledge. You pass on knowledge, not a fucking rap track. Life's beautiful, but make it beautiful. Don't be a bitch. Rastafari, I and I, Yaman, Yawiman. You have no idea what it means. One day, maybe. 1999, 2000, that cusp changed my life forever. And the amount of information I was fed by Google and other entities that existed and that were so unreal. I was able to contact universities at Berkeley in California. I was chatting with AI back then. It's weird to talk about. There was a phone number. It's weird. I was given some really cool areas in my lifetime. I used to do this. Fuck, I used to get a kick out of this. Saturdays, well, I guess I could say no. My mom would be at the bank. I still lived at home when I was 19, no big deal. I was out a lot, but I could say I moved out for a point at some point. Doesn't matter when, 18 or so. But I was always gone for like a week at a time. Like, you wouldn't see me, but for maybe Sundays, maybe Saturday. Like, she would never hardly ever see me because I would pop in at, whatever, like before 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and then I would head out again she never got home till 6 p.m. She worked at a bank. She worked late. She helped people who were learning. My mom is beautiful. She's still alive. I'm just saying, when she did that, everyone would come to me and be like, yo, your mom's amazing. Thank you. I'm like, why? What do you mean? Or they'd be super nice. I'd be like, who are you? They're like, you have no idea how good your mom is. Like, it's super cool, So by taking the time free, she never didn't charge you. She never said you need this degree, this certificate. I was like, oh, you have trouble? She's like, here, let me do it for you. But I'm going to show you, because she didn't want to do it again, right? But if she never scolded you, if she had to. And then there's all other sides of it too, but we're just talking simple stuff here. Moving on now. My mom is beautiful, and everybody loves my mom. So it's very nice. That's where I come from. I didn't hang around with her every day. She was strict and instilled stuff in me that will last a lifetime, and I've instilled in others. So that's real love, is information with morals and values shared, passed on. Could be a story of an uncle who stood up for a student who was being beaten by a teacher, a principal, and happened, happened, real stuff. And I heard, I'm sitting there, I still pissed the bed. I'm like, tell me more, Emma. I went to bed last night, you know what I mean? I'm eating Cheerios, these are good, you know what I mean? I went to bed, that's what I done last night. And she just laughed. Best Emma ever. And I said, tell me more. That I got to hear more about this. But you weren't allowed to fight in my house. You couldn't. But if someone fought you, of course you could fight back. You understand that concept? If someone's fighting you can fight. You can defend yourself, okay? Now, if you see someone who you watched it happen, all of it,
begin and end, and start and in the middle of it, not end. You saw the start and the middle, and you finally stepped in, or you stepped in as you saw the bad vibes happening. You intervened, like my wife did one time in Las Vegas. I would have just tuned this dude, and I didn't want to. I had not an inkling of, but sometimes people get wasted and do stupid stuff. And she caught the vibe and she stopped it before it happened. So inside of us, we have skills we possess to do good, you know, to prevent evil before it happens. And you do it without physical intervention, like without punching. But she went ahead and grabbed this cane, like this metal stick or something this guy had, and he was just wasted, just drinking. Anyway, we're just going to move on. Like, I don't condone it. I think it's awful. But, and she stopped that, and I caught it. I knew what was going on exactly, and I felt it. But again, there's only one way for me to stop it. So I have to let it proceed to the point that it gets too awkward, or you fuck up and you do something as raise your hand to me, you're dust. If you lay hands on me and I feel any pressure or pain, you're dust. I'm a grown man. I know my rights. You gotta keep back from me. Don't surround me. Don't start swearing at me or yelling. Don't ever utter threats in my general direction towards me and loved ones. I live by real law. And that's something, you know, they're scared of. Big time. Is you understanding. But that's why you're here. Channeling some greatness from fucking someone not paid by the fucking absolute devil to lie to you. To teach you dumb shit. To drive you down a straight dark well of fucking evil you'll never climb out of. You'll be too dumb to understand. This is what I mean. It's easier to fool someone because of how dumb everything's gotten than it is to explain to someone, motherfucker, you've been fooled this whole time. That's a lie. You understand what I'm saying? 60% of you barely grasped half of that. The rest are just gibbled. You're like, well, I gotta go back to my short videos. What the fuck, bro? Serious life here. 9 to 5. I'm a postman. You know what I mean? I gotta put a letter in the mailbox. I got a serious life. Fucking goof. And I love postman, by the way. I'm using it as an example of an actual. That's a boss. He runs around and hands out your mail. It's a boss. He does it in the cold. You know. Most people barely get out of a fucking car and sit down in a $15,000 chair for an hour and a half before they get their first coffee, and then they go for breakfast, and then they have their lunch, and then they get 6 more coffees, 3 boardroom meetings where they just basically shoot this shit. Come on. Fucking tell me about it. Of course there's people doing the whole job every day. It's the fucking mule. It's a pack mule. You ever heard the term in gaming, I gotta carry you? Do you know what that means? It means you drop every 10 seconds. I gotta run over from my lane, stop what I'm doing. I can't go collect my gold that I need to build my shit up because I gotta go help you. Well, in business, that shit don't fly. That don't change. That's what has to happen. Do you know which person does that in the building? Not the right one. I mean, it's definitely the right one, but that person's doing it for the whole building, you know, or their department, their area, right? Not 99% of the building can go help each other. It's one person understands everything. This is why they work it like that. Eventually, after 20, 30 years of, you know, being in constant 9 to 5 or 7 day a week business, the company picks up steam, right? But what happens when there's a huge turnover of workforce? Back to square one? Oh, you want to sign up with any other company for any amount of money because this company doesn't have their shit together, right? So remember, it's super easy to run a business, but if you want to own a business and be in business for 300 years like a tea company, it's just not going to be possible because of everything I've talked about for the last 6 streams. They've put these things in place that you have to follow, but when it comes time to them, they check you for 50 grand. Here's proof. They check you for 50 grand. Do you know how many overseas accounts exist in Canada? I'll see you next time.